Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Tarot Noir, and I am your intuitive tarot reader, Tarot D, aka TAB. You already know what time it is. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. I hope everyone is blessed. I hope everybody is safe and well protected. I decided to go ahead and I was debating over this particular reading. This is a crime, true crime reading. Okay. Um, this is not a collective reading. Okay, this reading is in reference to Tugg Watson, the young man that was unalived on Facebook in Chicago. This situation, I mean, I'm just tired of seeing the Facebook unalives. I mean, it's just getting out of hand. The whole situation is just really, really sad. And I've been pondering, going back and forth, whether if I wanted to do this reading or not. Um, this is not a connection to the spirit type of reading. This is just a reading to kind of put the pieces together on exactly how this situation came about. I was very moved by his brother that did 2 lives in reference to this situation, and you could just feel his pain losing a sibling. You know, I can't imagine being an older sibling. Sometimes our younger siblings do not want to listen to us. Okay. Before we get started, all videos on this channel is for entertainment purposes only. My channel is focused on adults only. Okay, no children allowed here. And also, I would like to thank my ancestors, my spirit guides, my passed on loved ones. I want to thank you for your protection, wisdom, guidance. Okay. I want to thank you for the abundance, the prosperity. Thank you for discernment. Thank you for protecting me and my viewers. Thank you for your protection. I can only emphasize protection as well. So it's very important that we protect ourselves in the mundane and in the spiritual aspect. I thank my ancestors and my passed over loved ones for protecting me and guiding me and keeping negativity away from me and keeping negative people out of my life and keeping ill will intentions away from me. I thank you. We are one. Okay. All right. So, like I said, this reading is a true crime reading in reference to Tugg Watson. My condolences. I send my condolences to the family. Um, it's very, very heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. And to hear that brother's pain over the loss of his sibling, you could just see it. So we're going to do a reading in what caused this situation to go the way it went, what happened before. Okay. We're also sending love and life to Tugg Watson. We hope you are resting peacefully now. Okay. And let's go ahead and get into the reading. What happened? What was the main focus of this situation with Tugg Watson? What happened here? What was the main focus? Ten of Wands, oppression. Lovers. Four of Pentacles. Judgment. Okay, you guys. And we got the Universe as the bottom card. Okay, so let's get into the Ten of Wands. A lot of oppression. You see the man with the crown, okay? Eyes, sight, person. To me, he was faced with a lot of oppression. A lot of people wanted to take his spot. A lot of people in whatever, it seems like he was in the from what I gathered from the video, he was into club promoting. He was a club promoter. That puts you in the spotlights to work with, celebrities or people with, high clientele with a lot of money who like to come out and have a good time. He was in that business. Okay. Um, he had to fight his way to get this crown, to get this popularity, okay, amongst the promoters. All right. A lot of people was envious of Tugg in reference to what he does, how in the connections, him working with other club promoters. I could just imagine being a club promoter, the competition that you have when you're trying to promote an event, when you're trying to get celebrities to show up at the event, to make sure everything is, going right. And I feel like I was watching the whole first video when the incident happened. I wasn't on that particular live, but I back watched it on a different channel, and he was talking about that. So I feel like a lot of people was for his spot. A lot of people was envious of his spot, and it was a lot of burdens. It was hard. This spot, this club promotion notoriety came with a big price. Okay. I also feel like um, his position was well deserved. He put in a lot of hard work. Ten of Wands is about, being burdened to the point where it could be um, uncontrolled. It could be overwhelming for a person. So even though he may appear on Facebook that he was happy, I think he was dealing with a lot of other problems, a lot of competition, a lot of envy people, a lot of envious people, jealous people, people who wanted his spot, people who didn't think he deserved to wear that or have that spot. So I feel like people was coming for his crown. People was coming for his spot. Very jealous. A lot of oppression. Okay. To me, it gives off like he was a hard worker. He did a lot. I feel like he loved what he did, and he became a master of it. Okay. And people saw that. And as he grows in notoriety, people didn't like that. We have the Lovers card. Um, it could be, I don't really sense a female in the situation. I feel like the Lovers card could also be a love for what he did, a love for the business he was in. Because right after that, we have the Four of Pentacles, which is power. So if you put lovers and power, love of power, um, I believe that he loved what he did. And I think people were able to see that. It's not easy to be at the top. Okay. I do feel, just based on the videos that I saw, it seemed like he was kind of up there. Okay. And I think he was in love with what he did. It came with the stresses. Um, I don't sense like has to do with a female. I just think that this is just displaying to me that he loved his job and he worked hard at his job, and it gave him some power within the elites, not the elites of what we would think the elites, but when I say higher class, his clientele. The bigger the name, the bigger the check that walks into the club. Okay. So I think that this was a situation where um, somebody, maybe a group of people, was watching his come up. And I feel like the other promoters felt like they needed to remove him to get to the notoriety that he was in, because he was just that damn good at what he did. I feel a lot of people watching this man. That's what I feel. I feel a lot of competition. Judgment came out sideways. Okay. If you have not checked out the story, it is everywhere on YouTube. Just type in, Tugg Watson, and it'll pop up. You'll see his video, his brother's response videos. Um, Judgment is sideways. We know what happened. He succumbed to the injury. Um, yeah, this was a hit. This was a hit. This was a ordained hit. This was a hit that was ordered from someone in his line of work. Someone who wanted to move him out the way, wanted to hold that position, wanted him to get out of this position so they can put who they want in that position. This was a judgment call from someone who is jealous or who was jealous of his position in the club promoting business. This was a ordered hit. And I am going to notice that there are 3 hands coming from the grave. Um, the messages, these are crows, and crows can represent and birds can represent messages. So I feel like this was something planned to the T. The face is bounded by these straps. Hear no evil, see no evil, talk no evil. The people who were around him during this Facebook incident, I believe that they were paid to keep their mouths shut or bound to keep their mouths shut. This was a planned hit for his position. Okay? 3 people. Okay? This happened in broad daylight. I mean, not broad daylight. I want to say in the evening, but the video looked like it was daylight. They say it was evening, but it looked like it was daylight. Um, the eyes are here. The brother just did a second video, and he talked about how he went to the spot after, I guess later on that night, to try to see if anybody saw anything. There were plenty of people that seen things, but they're scared to talk. Either they were paid or threatened. One of the two. 3 people involved. Many people saw what happened. But he did not see this coming. That's why this came out sideways. Nobody expected this. So I'm going to put this over here. The bottom card is the Universe World card. Okay, 3 of Swords, heartbreak. Yeah. Yeah. This, let's go to the Universe card. The Universe card, this is the World card in this deck. What goes around comes around. Okay? Karma is going to come around. Judgment will be made. Okay? But it's going to be a world full of pain. I just feel like this is a part of a war. This this man was well known in the community. This is a heartbreak for the family. Okay? A heartbreak for the streets because people knew who he was. Okay? But this situation is going to come full circle. But I also feel that it is someone that that knew him real well, knew his moves way too well. I wouldn't be surprised if the suspects were watching him on live and that they were talking to him through live and he just didn't know who it was. I feel like they've been watching him for a while. But yes, they wanted to move him out the way. They wanted to move him out the way. Somebody wanted his spot. Somebody wanted his spot. A lot of people are hurting with this situation. I'm going to put this here. Yeah, somebody wanted his spot. Okay, let's go into behind the scenes. All right, let's see. Oh, devil in reverse. Devil in reverse. Yeah, this was definitely planned. without a shadow of a doubt. This was planned for the devil card to come out in reverse. Tell me more about this. What are we not seeing? What are we missing? Strength. Okay. Apprentice. Gentle giant. I feel like this strength card is Tugg in a way, because he could have done something to, I feel like he knew something was coming, but he's the type, I feel like he's the type of person where he didn't really want the conflict. Okay? He really didn't want to. He could have called somebody to help him. Not at that time, but whatever issue with these club promoter, this little group or clique of club promoters, he could have let someone know what he was going through behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, I feel like he was under a lot of pressure with this, because he knew they were coming for him, because he was good at what he do. He was good. Okay, and there was clashing. He decided to take the high road. I'm not going to say too much about it, or I may vent to my people on Facebook about this situation. You know, he could have very well, this could have very well went a different way, but he chose the high road and not to involve anyone, even though he was going through these problems. I think there was behind the scene drama with some club promoters that did not like him. Okay. And they've been watching him. Okay. Um, yeah, he chose, and that's why the devil is in reverse. He chose to take the high road. He could have, but he didn't. He decided to just put his stress or whatever he was going through into his job, into his craft, into his work, getting people to the shows, having a good time. He chose not to worry about these people that he was having problems with, that he didn't want to talk about. Page of Cups, a message. Yeah, I really feel like this guy, when he was on the Facebook Live, the killers was in the live too. The suspects were in the live too. They've been in the live. They've been watching him. That's how they knew where to pull up, when to pull up. They've been watching him. It was a message. Give me more. Seven is in. Yeah. Waiting. Waiting. This is seven of pentacles. You will see a guy holding the staff with the pentacles in the behind him, and it's the ultimate, like, be patient, wait. You gotta wait for it. It could have very well been someone younger than him that was trying to get into the business, and seeing that he wasn't getting anywhere, and and Tugg is telling him, you gotta work for this. You can't just jump on the scene. This is someone younger. The suspect could be very well younger than he was, who was trying to get into this business, or open a doorway for a homie to get into that business, and understood that Tugg had that business locked down. This person was very impatient. They want things quick. And he could have taken him with the apprentice, and apprentice could have taken this young man under his wing to show him the business, and it just went backwards. Either this person became very envious or very jealous. Okay. Two apprentices here too. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Yeah, this is something that, yeah, this person, whoever he was dealing with, whoever he was, trying to show, or trying to encourage to get into this business, wanted him removed. They seen the type of money he was getting, and they wanted his spot, and they wanted to cheat to get there. They don't want to put the hard work in there. They just want to cheat to get there. Agent of Wires. Yeah. Yeah. Young person, temperamental, young people that did this. It was some young young male people that did this because they were jealous and they just wanted his spot. What is the situation with this chain? Regret, temperance. One more card. Yeah. Okay, so this, whoever did this is in a world of regret because they know it's going to be a matter of time before they're found out. They also know whoever will get them is someone who cared about Tugg the most. Okay? You see that sword in his leg like that? Okay? And there's three people back here. Three people in the back. Yeah, this seemed like the brother. They know the brother wants revenge. The person who did this is in regret and they're going to try to run away and try to wait it out. But uh the brother is on their ass. New beginning, Ace of Wands. Yeah, the brother is irritated. He want to take matters in his own hands. Can you blame him though? I don't condone violence, but can you blame him though? Yeah. This situation is going to come full circle. It's definitely going to come full circle. Yeah, this was very petty. This is not a reason why this man should not be here. This is not a reason why, because this man was good at what he do, and you want to move the competition because you want his spot instead of working for it like this man did. Oh, this was petty. It's so sad. This man lost his life for a petty situation over jealousy, over envy. And people did see this situation, but they're scared. They're scared to talk. Okay, let's go to the oracle here. Yeah, the brother's not going to let up. The brother is not going to let up at all. Offer, present, apology, forgiveness, unexpected storm, Ace of Pentacles, money. It may be a situation where there's going to be money offered for any information here. The person who did it is in a world regret. We got apology, forgiveness twice. He knows this is coming for him. He knows it. And money is what's going to reveal this situation. The ending card right here is healing inner child. So the person who did this has a jealous, envious inner child problem and can't take when people are doing better than him. This person had some mental issues that Tugg did not see. Someone that he knew, someone that he possibly took under his wing, somebody that wanted his spot. But the person who did this, the suspect I feel is going to get caught. But somebody's going to offer some money to give up this information. It's going to be money that give the suspect away. But the brother is not going to let this ride. Yeah, it's going to come full circle. Somebody's going to talk. Somebody is going to talk. Justice will be served in this situation. And it's going to be in the most unexpected way. Okay. Let's see what the Egyptian oracle has to say in reference to the situation. meditation, enlightenment. Yeah. Be careful who you have around you. Be careful. You see the two eyes, the two horse eyes watching. He was in his car when this happened. Actually, I said there's three people involved. There's three eyes right here watching this snake, the world. He's holding something, his position in his car, in his boat. The truth will be revealed in this situation. Okay. Yeah. Meditation, spiritual. Let this be a lesson learned. Be careful who you have around you. Be careful who you show the ropes to. Be careful where you go. Be careful. Be vigilant. Okay? That's the takeaway from this reading. This is happening too many times on Facebook where people are unaliving each other on Facebook. All races, all different situations. It's becoming a common thing. You cannot, everybody that seemed to be your friend may not be your friend. It's getting to the point where you got to be careful who you take up under your wing, who you try to look out for, because they may be the very person that's envious of you and think that, okay, it took him that many years to get to his position when I could just remove him completely and then I'll be in his position. That's what this was about. This has something to do about the club promoters being jealous, a younger group of men wanted his spot, wanted him removed so they can get to the bag, to the notoriety, to the fame, or whatever the situation is in the Chicago area. They wanted his spot and they didn't care how they got it. Truth and fairness, justice will be served. The truth will be out, and fairness and judgment will be in this situation. Justice is coming. And this young man, these young men that did this, they're going to be in a world full of trouble, but the cycle will be complete. Justice will be served in this situation. And that was the main purpose of this reading. Not to connect with the spirit, not to disturb the spirit, but to know, will justice be served in this situation? And it will. It will come in the most unexpected way, though. And I really feel it's going to be quicker than what we expected. Because somebody getting ready to talk. Somebody's getting ready to talk about this situation. And money is definitely involved. Okay? Again, our condolences. We send our condolences to the family of Kevin Tugg Watson. Let this be a lesson to people that be careful who you befriend. Always watch your back. Protect yourself. You never know. Your friend, what they say, keep your friends, keep your enemies close and keep your friends closer. One of those, you know, the old school saying. This is a situation where you have to be vigilant in this world in 2025. You cannot be trusting everybody. Okay? Because things like this happen. And it's very unfortunate. Okay? Justice will be served. Okay? And we will see that. Thank you, you guys, for tuning in to another video with Tarot Noir. And make sure you like, share, subscribe to the video. Let me know what you think. If you heard about this story, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. But the good thing is justice will be served. Okay? You guys have a wonderful night.